Good morning everyone, myself Kumar Anjay present over here to share my first task that I have completed for the graduate rotation internship program for Sparks Foundation for the role of data science and business analytics. So here is my GitHub link for the notebook that I have shared, and the task was to predict using supervised ML, and the goal was to predict the percentage of a student based on the number of studies are and what will be the predicted score if a student studies for 9.25 hours per day. So for doing this, I have just imported all my necessary libraries, that is pandas, numpy, matplotlib, cbond and os, and then import them, and I have imported a warnings that are cbond create a bunch of warnings for the newer version. So after doing that, I have just read my dataset into my Jupyter notebook. So for this, I have just used pandas function and then provided my file path and then the file name. So after doing this, I have just in the next code I have just provided my a variable to my dataset, that is data, and then I have run that, and then just checking for the data.head. So data.head by default it gives us the top 5 columns of my top 5 rows of my dataset. So after checking data.head, just checking for the data.info. So data.info gives us the information of my dataset, so how many values there are present in the each column, and whether there is any null value or not, and what is the data type for it. So in output we can see that, and in just checking for the data.shape, so data.shape gives us the output in the form of rows and columns, and then similarly checking for the data.size, that what is the size of my dataset, and then similarly checking for the data.describe function. So describe gives us the statistical measure for all the numerical column present in my dataset. So statistical measure means it will give us the count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, and the interquartile range, that is 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and what is the maximum value. So after checking the data dot shape, size, info, and the describe function, we will just plot our data point, just to see whether there is a linear relationship between the columns or not. So just for doing that, I have just used plt.figure and then given my x and y, and then similarly just mention my x label, y label, and the title, and using the plt.show function, we will just able to plot our dataset into we will just plot our dataset. So here we can see that in x-axis we have number of studies are, in y-axis we have number of scored by the students, marks scored by the student in percentage, and the title is the hours versus percentage. So here we can see that it is quite a linear relationship, linear positive relationship between the number of studies are and the percentage of scores. So after checking this, we will just extract our independent and dependent variable from our dataset. So for doing this, x is our independent variable as we know, and y is our dependent and target variable. So for extracting the independent and dependent variable, just using a data.iloc, iloc is the index location function that searches in the column of a dataset. So just providing the parameters as -1 for my x and 1 for my y. So I'm just using a dot values. So similarly checking my x, that what is my independent variable. So in the output we can see that it is in a form of array, giving me the output as 2.5, 5.1, 3.2, 8.5, 3.5, 1.5, and so on. That is the number of studies are. And similarly we can check it for y as well. It is also in a form of array. We can see here in the form of output. So it is in a form of array, giving me the output as 21, 47, 27, 75, 30, which is the marks obtained by the students. So after extracting our independent and dependent variable, what we have to do, we have to just import our trend test plate. So we will import a trend test plate from a sklearn model selection, and we will just import a trend test plate, and then we will provide our four variable, that is xtrain, ytrain, and ytest, ytrain and ytest, and then provide a trend test split, and then provide our x and y with a test size of 80-20 ratio, and then the random state equal to 0. So after importing a trend test plate, what we will do, we will just train our model. Train our model means the fitting our model to a sklearn linear model or a linear regression. So for this we will just import from a we will just write a code for the sklearn dot linear model, and we will import a linear regression for this. And then after importing a linear regression, what we have to do, we have to just define our class and object. So what I have done here, so I have imported a regressor equal to linear regression, and we have called a function for that. And then what we will do, after creating a class and object, we will just fit our model to our xtrain and ytrain. So after fitting a model, I have just use a print statement just to see whether my training is completed or not. So here in the output, it gives me the training as training is completed. So after my training is completed, we have fitted our model to our X train and Y train. So what we will do, we will just plot our data points into a scatter plot and just see what are the values and how far my values are from the actual and predicted. So here what I have done, just given my figure size, and then what I have to do, I have to plot a scatter plot. So I have given my scatter plt dot scatter plot, and then uses my x and y, and then I have just used a plt dot plot in x line, and then using by plt dot show function we will just plot our scatter plot, and then here in the output we can see that the actual and predicted values are quite near to each other. There are only one or two values that is quite far from the predicted values. The actual value is quite far from the predicted values. So after getting a gist of a plotting, so now what we will do, we will just predict our model on the basis of the training that we have made. So for this I have just used a ypred, and then we have just used a class that I have created a regressor, and what we will do, we will just predict, and what we will predict, we will predict on the x state, that is our unseen data. So here it is giving me the output as 1.5, 3.2, 7.4, and then 2.5 and so on. So after making a prediction, we will just compare what is my actual and predicted values are, how far they are. So for that I have just used a df, and then we have done a period of data frame, and then provided my actual as ytest and predicted as ypred. So here we are getting the output as if the actual is 20, then my model has predicted is 16.88, and if the value is 27 for the actual value, then my model has predicted 33.73, and if the value is 69, then my model has predicted 75.35. So after getting this, what we will do, we will just calculate calculate the what we will calculate, we will calculate the number of hours, that what we have is 9.25. We have to calculate for this the number. If the student studies for 9.25, then what will be the predicted score for that student. So what we have done, we have just uses our own pred, and then uses our regressor dot predict, and then provided the number of hours. And here for the number of hours I have uses the format, and then similarly for the predicted score I have uses this format. So while running that, it will give me the output. If the student studies for the 9.25 hours, then the predicted score will be 93.6917. So it is giving me the output as, which is quite actually good. So what we will do now, we will just evaluate our model. So evaluating a model means just we will calculate the mean absolute error, that what is the error between the actual and the value that we have predicted. So for this we will just give a code from sklearn import matrix, and then we will print our mean absolute error, and then we will provide our mean dot matrix, sorry, we will provide our mean dot matrix dot mean absolute error, and then we will provide our ytest, and then we will provide our ypred. So it is giving me the output as mean absolute error is 4.18, which is good, which is quite low. So here we can see that the objective that what we have to predict is the number of studies are is 9.25, then what will be the predicted score. So here we are getting the predicted score as 93.6917, which is quite far better. So here it here is it all. So have a good day, thank you, and be safe.